Brazil are the most successful nation in footballing history. How does their esports success compare? Brazil and football are a match made in heaven. When people think of the FIFA World Cup, they think of Brazil, Jogo Bonito, street football taken to the world stage. And within football esports, Brazil have embarked on creating a legacy to emulate their heroes on the real-life pitch. You have to go all the way back to 2004 to the first ever FIFA Interactive World Cup in Zurich, and this was the birthplace of Brazil esports success. Thiago Caruso took home the first ever world crown, pocketing himself $20,000 in the process, which at this stage was truly remarkable in this untapped world of esports. After this though, progress halted and Brazil had very little success on the world stage. Until 2014 Rio de Janeiro, the FIFA Interactive World Cup came to Brazil and they were back fighting for titles. Brazil's hopes rested on Rafael Fortes, who hoped to take home the coveted crown on Copacabana Beach. However, after topping the group in style without dropping any points, a shock knockout defeat ended Brazil's hopes for another year. So since the initial win for Brazil back in 2004 at the inaugural FIFA Interactive World Cup, they were still waiting for their second piece of success. But all of that was about to change. A fresh batch of young talent broke through and took the footballing esports world by storm. Rezende, Paulo Neto, Pia Gazin, Klinger, Crepaldi, all of which you didn't know it yet, but they were about to write their own chapter in esports history. The year is now 2022 and the FIFA E-Nations Cup is heading to Copenhagen. The world's best coming together again to battle for this illustrious trophy, but only one could take home the prize of being named the best nation on the planet. Pia Gazin, Klinger and Crepaldi sailed through the group, but their route to the final was no easy feat. Spain first, then France, then Italy, before facing off against Poland in the grand final. No scriptwriter could have written this final better. With $120,000 on the line, it goes down to the last kick of the game, and Brazil clinch their title. They are champions once again for the first time since 2004, 18 years prior. A truly historic feat for the nation. But they weren't finished there. They headed to Riyadh in 2023 to try and retain their FIFA E-Nations Cup title, and the squad had a little bit of a shake-up. This year, Pia Gazin remained, but he was joined by Paulo Neto, the king of EMLS, and Rezende, a truly experienced and feared pro. On paper, they arguably had a stronger squad than the year before, so there was only one aim: to retain their title. Of course, they topped the group in style and only lost 2 games, and they headed to the knockouts feeling strong. Denmark defeated, Finland defeated, France defeated, Netherlands await. And there's no doubt that this year, Netherlands were their fierce rivals. Mane Bashori, Emre Yilmaz and Levi David made up a formidable squad that would take some beating. After Netherlands won the first leg 2-0, the Brazilians had it all to do to retain their title. But they did exactly that. 3-0 winners, 3-2 in aggregate, $300,000 richer, and back-to-back Nations Cup champions. Just like their footballing counterparts with their 5 FIFA World Cups, nobody holds more FIFA E-Nations Cups than Brazil, and they top the world rankings. Seeking more glory, Brazil headed back to Riyadh to play in the FIFA E World Cup featuring eFootball as well as Rocket League. With the FIFA E World Cup featuring Rocket League up first, it was going to be a mighty task for Brazil to take down the tournament favourites. But it was a valiant effort by Team Brazil. They got knocked out in the semi-finals by eventual winners Saudi Arabia. So no Rocket League glory this time. Then eFootball took centre stage. A different game title, but with the same aim: glory for Brazil. They took down Netherlands and Spain via a penalty shootouts on their way to the final against Indonesia, the most feared esports nation in the world. It was going to take something special to take them down, and unfortunately, they didn't have it in the locker. A truly remarkable story of a nation who transcend football and take that success to the virtual pitch to prove their right to be feared on any world stage.